Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging headfirst into a topic that's increasingly touching all our lives, maybe without us even realizing it sometimes.
Actually.
We're talking about the exciting, complex, and sometimes kind of controversial role of artificial intelligence in emotional support and mental health.
It's such a crucial conversation to be having right now. I mean, mental health is still this huge global challenge, right? Demand just keeps outstripping the resources we have available.
Yeah.
And what's, well, fascinating is how AI has just jumped in pretty rapidly as this potentially transformative force. It's aiming to bridge those gaps we see, make things more accessible, maybe provide immediate support for people who really need it.
Exactly. So that's really our mission for this deep dive, to explore how AI is actually shaping mental health care, like right now in 2025. We'll look at its current uses, the real-world stuff. We'll definitely tackle the big ethical questions that come with technology this powerful.
Absolutely vital.
And then we'll look ahead, see what the future might hold. We've pulled together a whole stack of sources here to give you a shortcut to being really well-informed on this. Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. What is AI actually doing, like, on the ground in mental health right now? It seems like it's offering some pretty incredible tools. Chatbots, wearables, making care easier to get.
That's right. And probably the most common things you'll see are those chatbots and virtual assistants. Names like Wobot, maybe Tess.
Heard of them, yeah.
They're designed to give you 24/7 emotional support. They use what's called natural language processing, NLP, basically.
That's the AI understanding us, right?
Exactly, understanding and responding to human language. So they can chat with you, offer coping strategies, therapeutic exercises for things like anxiety, depression. There was a Forbes piece back in 2023 noting Wobot actually adapts to your personality over time. And Tess apparently can offer on-demand support if you're having a panic attack.
Wow, okay. And it's not just talking, is it? I mean, we're seeing a big push into wearable tech, too.
Oh, absolutely. AI-integrated smartwatches, for instance, they're monitoring physiological signals, stuff like your heart rate, sleep patterns, how active you are. And there was a narrative review in 2024 highlighting how these watches might even identify early signs of depression just by tracking changes in activity level.
That's huge for early intervention.
It really is. Getting ahead of things.
Yeah.
And beyond just spotting things, AI enables truly personalized interventions. This is where it gets really interesting, I think. Using machine learning ML, where systems learn from data.
But without being explicitly programmed.
Right. And deep learning, which is a more complex version, these let the AI analyze just vast amounts of patient data. Think electronic health records, EHRs.
Your digital medical file.
Exactly. Or even real-time mood tracking from an app. And based on all that, it can help create really tailored therapy plans. That personalization can seriously boost effectiveness.
That does sound powerful. And I read something about helping clinicians, too, like assessing emotions.
Yeah, emotional state assessment is another area. Computer vision, so AI analyzing images, can look at facial expressions, gestures, try to infer emotional states, which can be really helpful for clinicians, particularly maybe with conditions like autism spectrum disorder, ASD. AI can analyze eye movements, biomarkers, giving professionals extra insights.
So these applications, how do they actually translate into benefits for, the person using them?
Right, that's the key question. What's fascinating is how this tech turns into tangible benefits for you, the user. The most obvious one is accessibility.
Makes sense.
AI tools mean support anytime, anywhere. That's just crucial for people in remote areas or places underserved by traditional services. There was a World Economic Forum article this year, actually, 2025, saying AI could massively expand access to mental health treatment. Especially for younger people, Gen Z, they're apparently twice as likely to go to therapy already.
That accessibility point feeds right into immediacy, doesn't it? No waiting weeks for an appointment.
Exactly. AI chatbots offer instant support right when you need it, maybe in a crisis, providing therapeutic strategies in real time. The Calm blog highlighted that the rapid relief aspect.
No waitings.
And that personalization we talked about, that's a huge plus. AI adapts to your individual needs, tailoring the help. An AHA article from this year mentioned generative AI chatbots specifically, holding real promise for building highly personalized treatments and doing it at scale.
Not just a one-size-fits-all approach.
Definitely not, which, as you say, leads straight to scalability. AI can handle a massive number of users at the same time.
Yeah.
That's key for meeting the huge global demand, especially when things get stressful, like during pandemics. A Global Wellness Institute report mentioned that this year, too. More people get support faster.
Okay, and there's one more benefit I found interesting. The non-judgmental aspect.
Yes. This is actually quite profound. It's not just about feeling comfortable. Many users find it genuinely easier to open up to an AI. There's no fear of being judged. And the Calm blog suggested something really interesting here. It can be a critical first step for people who might otherwise never seek human help. It actually activates them, encourages them to maybe take the next step towards professional care.
That's almost counterintuitive, but makes sense.
It is a surprising but potentially significant role for AI.
Okay, but this all sounds incredibly promising, almost too good to be true in some ways. And like any really powerful tool, there got to be downsides, right? Shadows.
Oh, absolutely. We have to look at the perils.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting, I think. Despite all that promise, AI in mental health definitely comes with significant limitations, serious ethical challenges. So, what can it do? What are the big controversies here?
It's true. We absolutely must consider what AI just cannot do and the tricky issues around using it. First and foremost, probably the biggest one, the lack of genuine human empathy.
Yeah. Can AI really feel?
Exactly. It can simulate it, maybe, but it can't replicate the emotional depth, the nuanced understanding, that connection you get with a human therapist. There was a Stanford study just from June 2025 that actually found AI therapy chatbots might be less effective than human care. And get this, they could even contribute to harmful stigma by oversimplifying really complex mental health issues.
Wow. Oversimplifying. That's worrying.
It's a really stark finding. Can it truly grasp human suffering without shared experience? It's a fundamental question.
And linked to that, I imagine, is the whole issue of privacy and data security. We're talking about incredibly sensitive personal information here.
Hugely sensitive. Mental health apps collect so much personal data, and that raises massive risks, breaches, misuse of data. We urgently need policies to evolve to catch up and protect privacy in this new digital health world.
It feels like the tech is moving faster than the rules sometimes.
Often the case. And another big challenge is bias in the AI algorithms.
Oh, so?
Well, if the data used to train the AI reflects existing societal biases, maybe racial bias, gender bias, whatever, then the AI itself can end up perpetuating those same inequalities in the care it provides.
So it could actually make things worse for some groups.
Potentially, yes. So mitigating that bias is absolutely crucial for ensuring care is equitable, fair for everyone, especially diverse populations who might already face barriers. It's a technical challenge, but also an ethical imperative.
Right. And then there's the risk of people just relying too much on it, over-reliance on AI.
That's a real concern. Could users delay seeking professional human help because they feel that AI tool is good enough? We have to keep stressing AI can be a valuable support, but it is absolutely not a substitute for comprehensive human care when that's needed.
Got it. Supplement, not replacement.
Precisely. And finally, we need to think about unintended consequences. Could AI inadvertently, say, stigmatize someone further? Or maybe overdiagnose based on limited data?
Leading to the wrong intervention.
Or even over-medicalizing normal human experiences. It just underscores, again, the constant need for robust human oversight. Humans need to be in the loop to catch errors, guide the technology, make sure it's actually helping, not harming.
It really makes you think about how carefully we need to tread here, doesn't it? So how do we balance these huge potential benefits with these, frankly, quite scary ethical considerations?
It comes down to being deliberate, really thoughtful in how we develop and deploy this stuff. It means things like ensuring proper informed consent. Patients have to understand how their sensitive data is being used, what they're actually agreeing to.
No hidden clauses.
Exactly. It also means demanding transparency. These AI algorithms can't just be black boxes. We need them to be explainable, understandable, at least to human experts.
So we know why it's making a recommendation.
Precisely. And we need clear accountability. Who's responsible if something goes wrong? If there's an adverse outcome, that needs to be figured out.
That's a tough one.
It is. And crucially, cultural sensitivity. AI needs to be able to adapt to diverse cultural norms, different languages, different ways of expressing distress across communities. It can't just impose one model on everyone.
Yeah.
But the core idea, really threading through all of this, is that AI must be integrated with and ultimately guided by human judgment. Always.
Okay, so looking ahead then, what does this all mean for the future? Where is AI and mental health actually headed in the next few years?
The future looks incredibly dynamic, I think, building on these foundations. One big area is progress towards more emotionally intelligent AI.
So AI that understands feelings better.
Sort of. Generative AI, for instance, is leading to much more sophisticated systems. They're getting better at understanding and responding to human emotions in a more nuanced way. The M is smarter, more effective care. A Delve Insight article this year talked about that trajectory. Imagine an AI that really gets the subtleties of your emotional state.
That's quite something. And it won't just be AI on its own, right? It will be combined with other tech.
Exactly. It's all about integration with other technologies. We're already seeing AI being combined with, say, virtual reality, VR, for immersive therapy experiences.
Like exposure therapy in VR.
Could be, yeah. Also integrated with telepsychiatry for remote consultations, making those potentially more data-rich. And of course, with those wearable monitors for continuous tracking. A post from Phoenix Point's Psychiatry this year highlighted how these technologies are really converging, creating a more sort of holistic support system.
Interesting. And what about predicting problems before they start?
Huge potential there. Early detection and prevention. AI's predictive analytics capabilities could potentially identify people at risk by analyzing all sorts of data, social media activity, maybe anonymized,
Yeah.
wearable data, electronic health records. A Wikipedia article from 2024 even mentioned a specific machine learning algorithm that could predict suicide risk with reportedly 80% accuracy just using hospital admission data.
80%. That could be genuinely life-saving.
If validated and used ethically, absolutely. It could be a game changer for preventative mental health care.
And for the professionals, the therapists, psychologists, how does AI help them? Does it just add to their workload?
Hopefully the opposite. There's significant potential for support for mental health professionals.
Wow.
AI can automate tedious admin tasks, freeing them up.
Okay, that's good.
It can provide decision support, maybe suggesting potential diagnoses or treatment options based on vast data sets, offer insights they might miss. The APA noted this year how psychologists are already leveraging AI for research, for education. It's becoming a powerful assistant, not just something for direct patient care.
Letting them focus on the human connection bit.
Exactly. Focus on the patient. And finally, tying it all together, these advancements really fuel the potential for incredible global reach.
Bringing care to more people.
Potentially, yes. AI could help democratize mental health care, making support accessible to billions worldwide, especially in places with few resources. It could significantly reduce the global burden of mental illness. A blog post from ClearMind Treatment this year talked about that vision.
Leveling the playing field, maybe.
That's the hope.
So if we connect all these dots, the bigger picture, it seems pretty clear AI is set to really enhance mental health care, offering new ways to get support, new paths to healing. But it really reinforces that critical principle you mentioned, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. All these advancements, all this potential must be developed within strong ethical frameworks. We have to address privacy head-on, ensure fairness, actively manage any unintended negative effects.
Right.
It's all about making sure AI truly complements human care, enhances it, rather than trying to replace it.
Okay. So we've taken quite a journey through the landscape of AI and mental health today. We've seen how it offers these really powerful tools boosting accessibility, immediacy, personalization, incredible stuff. But we've also seen it comes with vital limitations, really significant ethical considerations, especially around, well, the human touch, the things AI just can't replicate.
Yeah.
The evidence seems to lean towards AI being able to improve mental health outcomes overall, but that human element, human involvement, remains absolutely crucial, maybe even more critical now, to guide it properly.
And that leads us to the final thought, really, for you to consider. As AI keeps evolving, getting more sophisticated in mental health, how do we make sure that the convenience, the power, the sheer innovation it offers, how do we ensure it never overshadows that irreplaceable human connection, that empathy, the stuff that lies right at the heart of true healing?
That's the key question.
It's a delicate balance, isn't it? One will need to keep constantly refining, constantly debating to ensure we get truly effective and truly ethical mental health support in the years ahead.